Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be reviewing the LEGO One Piece Battle at Arlong Park. It's got 926 pieces. I paid $100 Canadian for this set. It came with 5 figures. I really like this set. It's a beautiful, beautiful set. Let's first talk about the minifigures, okay? Minifigures are very, very cool. I like our Luffy. This is my first Luffy here because this is my first One Piece set. So that's really awesome. My only, I think, complaint that I have for this set, and I'm just going to get it right off the bat, is actually these long arms. I was talking about it on my live stream while I was building this. I do like the fact that this minifigure feels like an action figure. It feels like there's like a lot of playability to him. I do feel like because of his long stretchy arms and the fact that you can move it through his torso from one end to the other and you can make an extendo arm, I think that adds a lot of playability that we haven't necessarily seen change in any minifigures. I'm trying to think of any kind of figs that have movable parts and pieces like this. I just can't think of any. But the only downside I have to that is the fact that this is all that's included for his arms. And I wouldn't have, I would have liked a normal, I think, torso piece with his regular arms, maybe as just like an extra, uh, because this is going to be kind of awkward to display. I guess I can have him just kind of hanging off the tower forever like that, but yeah, it is kind of weird that it's like Luffy is just stuck in that long boy arm phase. But hey, not bad at all. I love his hair. He's got some very, very nice hair. They did decent. I like that they tried to include his little sandals there, his little flip flops. So that's sweet. And he does have a little bit of back printing. But yeah, they did a good job with Luffy. Now this Luffy does not get his hat. It's actually Nami because of where this is taking place in the story. Luffy, it's a pretty emotional time for Nami. So there's a whole plot line. I won't get into it, but let's just say Nami ends up crying. So because of that, Luffy shoves his hat on her head. So this set, Nami gets Luffy's hat, which is right here. And I gotta say, that hat is looking very, very nice. Good high quality, super happy with how it looks. It's simple, but it's perfect. Like this symbolizes a lot in the One Piece TV show. This is brought up so much. It's constantly being like flown away when there's windy scenes. It's just an item that's not human or like animal or species type, but people know about it. They love it. They revere it. It's something like that people just can't get over. And there's possibly more plot to still be explained over a hat, which is kind of wild. So this hat's had a long journey over 1,000 episodes, just kind of popping up about. But the cool thing is they do put that little etching right there if you see it, so it can fit on a minifinger hand, so they can hold it properly, which is absolutely fantastic. So let's get into the Nami figure. She's not too bad. She's got her little armband there, the little bandage wrap. So there's a little bit of detailing. I really like her hair. They did a great job on her molded hair. It just seems like she's like extra hairy. It's kind of weird. It's like they went over the top with this one, but I think it's great. It's very good. And then of course she has her crying face and her normal face. This here is what you would connect Luffy's hat to so she can carry it around. But let's take it off briefly so I can show you what her back looks like. More on the simple side of the fig, right? There's nothing going on with her pants. It's just a black pant, normal leg, but not bad. Not bad for a figure. I think one thing that's really cool that One Piece has done is, for the Lego sets at least, is they've changed a lot of the characters. So each set has kind of like a different variation. So this Nami is different than a different one, I believe. I think Usopp has a different torso as well in a different set. So it kind of makes them a little bit more collectible, which I think is really fantastic. But Nami's a hit. I really like Nami. She's fantastic. Let's just attach that there, and that's how kind of she would look like. And I think that's honestly very fitting. It looks great. Looks fantastic. The hat's kind of huge, but let's now talk about Usopp, my man. I love this guy. I could be totally wrong about this, but it's the first time I'm seeing a headpiece, yeah, hair headpiece that's like a bandana with dreadlocks. Not that I'm aware of. I don't think I've ever seen that. I could actually see people stealing Usopp's head here, his hairpiece, and and bandana piece and actually putting that on like other pirate figures because it's just so fitting. It's so cool looking. It really really says like pirate, 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 everything pirates. And then ironically you go to his torso and then it's like he's got like this weird Hawaiian like vacation shirt going on, but you know what? I don't hate it because that this is what he wears in the show. Like this is the costume that they picked for the TV show. So it's a good representation of that, which is great. So, and again, this set is based on the Netflix version, which is the live action, which is I'm cool with. You know what? They've done a great job to the series. So he's got a cool little wrap there, or I think yeah, it's on his forearm. Nice. I love Usopp. Usopp comes with a couple accessories. Comes with his little purse bag, man satchel, whatever you want to call it. He's got 2 little slingshots, which is fire. I think the slingshots are fantastic looking. Next up, we're getting into the fishmen. This is so incredible. We've got Chew, my boy. I like that they gave us 2 fishermen. It would have been nice to have 3 of them, to be honest, because there was a whole village of them. I mean, you could have picked anybody to be a fisherman in this set, but Chew's a great one. I think that's a great name too. It's pretty hilarious. And he does have a decent little part in the anime and the Netflix show. But, oh man, that fight scene at the end of the show there at this battle at Arlong Park was so cool to watch with the CGI. I just think it was hilarious. And yeah, Chew killed it. Now, does Chew have 2 faces? Of course he does. He's got, what is that? That's a wild, smug looking face. Literally piercing his lips together. Funny, funny. Yeah, Chew's gonna become a classic fig for sure. I really hope in the future we get more Fishman figs. Obviously, I think there's gonna be specific arcs that we'll have to get to first for them to have more Fishmen, but we'll see some more in the future, I think. Next up, the very last fig is Arlong himself. Probably I would say the coolest fig out of all of them. Honestly, I really like his face. I love, first off, that they actually printed his nose on the headpiece. Because they totally could have went with a mold of some kind, like maybe attached to this hair and hat piece. But instead they didn't. See how they have the fin in the back there? And that's like a soft rubber fin, which is kind of surprising. But yeah, surprised that they did that. And I think it works really well. I know it's flat, but it just looks incredible. His torso's great. He's got a little tattoo there, and that's that logo. I'm going to get it wrong, but I think that's his tattoo for his gang, I'm pretty sure, of fishermen. So very, very cool. Awesome. I love it. And then on the back there, let's get the hat back off. There you go. So he's got like a little smirking face. Nothing too crazy. Kind of like weird starfish shapes in the back there, but yeah, Arlong is legendary. So glad to have him in the collection. And that's the figures. That is it, which is wild. So let's just move them off to the side a little bit here. And we're going to talk about the smaller set pieces first, and then we'll get into our tower, which is really cool. So this set, which I was kind of happy about, it's like they really focused on playability. We got a lot of little pieces and things happening here. For example, we've got this little mini cannon. This here is for our shooting gallery, which honestly, I think is adorable. So there is a lot of sticker stuff going on here. The targets, the sign, that back there, the little prizes, the bears, they are stickers. But I like this. You can pretend to shoot the targets. You can pull them down, pull them up, pull them down. Very, very nice. I think the sign's gorgeous looking, even though it's a sticker. And on the side here, we got one of them wanted posters for Kuro for 16 million berries. Wild. But yeah, this is just a cute little build they got going on here. Very colorful too. So that's the first like set piece. Then you've got this here, which I think is Arlong's throne. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it's the seat that he sits on. But it says Shark Attack. That's another sticker right up top there. Gorgeous looking though. And it's just a pretty sweet, simple little throne. I think they did a great job on it. And it fits just one figure there perfectly. So if you really wanted to, take that Arlong minifig and let's go ahead and put him on the chair just so you guys have an idea of what it would look like. I think it's great. He fits just, well, he's supposed to fit a little bit better than what I did. A little offline, but you get the idea there. Very cool looking. So there was those two set pieces. There's also two more kind of micro ones. You've got this interesting little table spot. Nothing like too crazy, you know, a cute little leaf, little umbrella, chair, table. And then all of a sudden you start looking, you're like, what's that snail on the corner there? Is that a transponder snail? Which I'm pretty sure it is. And this is like how they communicate in the One Piece world. They call through snails. And it's just a rotary phone, but it's a snail. Like a live snail. And I think it's just so funny. And I'm really happy they included this. I don't know if any other sets are going to have them. I'm hoping they do because I'm down to collect these little snail guys. It is so awesome that they have this. Like this is another piece, just like the hat that he has, the straw hat. It's another piece where a lot of people like they recognize it. That's a part of the One Piece world that's kind of made it unique. There's so many scenes where people are doing jokes and gags through the transponder snails. You know, even Luffy and them do it later on in the series. I think they carry little mini snails in their coat pockets and talk to each other like a walkie-talkie. So yeah, I love this little corner set piece. The last set piece that they give you is supposed to be like up on a hill, which we don't have a hill, but yeah, it's a decent little spot. It's supposed to be for Usopp, where he can hide in the trees there, do some sniping, and this is on the more simple side, I would say. It's supposed to be like, I guess, like a little log that's been knocked over. You got your little red container. I'm not sure what that's for, if that's like poison or weapon stuff. But yeah, it's a nice little addition. When you add them all together, it's a really, really fun and unique little playset piece. I really think there's just a lot going on here. I think it's great. And because I was expecting when I bought it, honestly, just for mostly the tower here. And I just wasn't expecting all the little detailed set pieces. So let's move them off to the side and let's bring over, if I can keep it all together, because there's a play action piece that goes along with this. So I don't know if it's just me or not, but mine, it holds together decently, but it's supposed to fall apart. So mine's a little loose. So gotta be careful depending on where you grab it. Grabbing it at the base and at the sides and pushing inwards seems to help hold it decently together. But this is the main attraction, the biggest building that they have for this set, for the Arlong Park, which is cool. On the very front, you can see we have another wanted poster. This one is of Buggy for 15 million berries. I think it's a decent entrance. At first, I thought when I was building these little slope pieces and design pieces that I did it wrong. So I looked there and I'm like, no, I did design that properly. It's supposed to look a little off. So yeah, there's that. You know, I think it's kind of interesting doing these slope pieces here with cracks in the walls because their building is kind of run down. I mean, these guys are just gangsters. They're like a bike gang. You know, like they just popped into the village and they're like, we're going to use and abuse the ecosystem, dry it up, destroy it, and then walk away. So they don't care about the damage that they were doing. And there goes, yeah. So that's let's just turn on its side, put that flag back on. So that's the one funny thing. This thing actually flips down, but I'll show you that in a hot second here. So on the very front, of course, you've got one more sticker of Arlong Park. I would have liked that one maybe to be printed because they've done up here as well. There's another sticker piece for the jaws and then the flag. I think the flag's gorgeous. I love it. Even though it is a sticker, I think I love that tattoo design because that's the same thing that's on Arlong's arm. And that's what I believe Nami's covering up on her right arm as well. And it just works. It's such a cool piece. So I really like the temple design. We got some really cool slopes. When I was building it, I will say this was pretty repetitive when I was building the levels to go up. But now that it's all together, it looks like a beautiful temple. It's a little thin. It's tall. I like the set. It's pretty tall. It's just a little thin, especially when you go and you turn it sideways. You realize just how thin it is, especially like the higher it goes up. The set piece is just going in and in and in, and then up here where it's like no minifigure could sit there. So let's flip it around and I'll show you guys the inside. There is a little bit going on. This right here is what's holding, ooh, as you just seen there, everything together. So it's not much, just a little bit, which is kind of crazy. And you do have on the bottom here, there's some more stickers on the side walls here of maps. They're on both sides there. And then in the center here, kind of simple set design. You got some chains here. I think this is where Nami got locked up. I could be wrong, but you've got your barrels. I think these are all supposed to be like map pieces and stuff. And yeah, it's nice. It's a nice little area to play in. It would have been cool if there was a level right here. Just a simple base plate going across, just so you could fit some guys looking out the window. I think that would have been great. But no, I do like when you turn it around. It's simplistic, but it works, you know, like especially if you're trying to play with it or something, flip it around, you got just enough little inside space to mess around. So the main attraction for this set now is the destructibility, I guess you can call it. So you're supposed to flip that flag down. Sorry, I blanked on the name on that one. You're supposed to take Big Boy Luffy because he's the one that does the damage here. And you can kind of use any part of him. I think the legs work best. There's two red, just move over here, two red pieces that actually push down. So the one thing is this is very unpredictable how it falls apart, but you're supposed to just like wham, whack it. I mean, I wouldn't, you know, I've been going light and it still goes flying everywhere. But yeah, you're supposed to just hit it and then like it does explode. It explodes. Now the only unfortunate thing is, this is kind of funny. I did it on stream, I think 2 or 3 times. Nothing broke apart or fell out. I do it once on a recording on a video, and I actually seen a piece go flying somewhere, and a couple other pieces break. So that's not necessarily always going to happen. I was going to applaud how this is a set that you can keep breaking apart like that, and generally it doesn't break. So here's the other side, and this one didn't have any pieces fall off. I heard one piece. I don't think it was a lot, but for the most part, when you break this set, it actually stays together, which is kind of nice. And then all you have to do is literally just piece it back together very quickly. You just take those ones, you take the top one, because this one goes from the back end, and this one's the kind of messy one. Flip it back up, dump it, and this is why it's a little janky, is because of how quickly you can, boom, it's just back together, which is great. So like I said, generally, when you're popping it, exploding, and the pieces go flying, they don't break, which I think is great. And obviously, I assume they had a lot of designers spend a long amount of time kind of messing with that and playing with it and seeing what slope pieces and brick pieces they could fit together that aren't going to just obliterate. So I appreciate it. I think that's a great kind of playability choice that they've made. I don't know of many sets that do this, that like on purpose are supposed to fall apart and then be thrown back together. I think it's a fun play on knowing the fact that like people have seen over the decades, people throw like Death Stars, Star Wars Death Stars downstairs and just watch them explode, or throw in like an X-Wing or something. So I feel like Lego's taken that funny meme and they've actually been able to find a way to implement it and actually make it like a workable action, which is really, really great. So this is a beautifully designed set, guys. I like it. I've been talking about it for a hot minute. There is a sheet of stickers, I will say, for this set before I forget. So that's how many stickers there are. There are 10 of them. Not horrible, but not great necessarily either. But, you know, aside from that, what a beautiful set. They've done an awesome job on it. I like it. The figures are to kill for. I think all 5 of them are incredible. And even, again, the set pieces I'm really liking. I'm excited for when I take some table space or shelf space to put this with the other ones. I think like the shooting gallery and stuff are going to fit in very nicely with this like temple building. So guys, that's going to be the end of my review today. Comment down below, what are your thoughts on this set after I've talked about it? Do you own it yourself? If you own it yourself, let me know your opinion on it. When you have it hands-on, it's a totally different feel than seeing reviews online. I totally understand that. So yeah, now that I have this hands-on instead of seeing videos, I feel totally different about it. I feel a lot better. I think they put a lot of thought and care into this set, and they've done incredible with it. And I think, you know, there's not really much I'd want to change. I think this is a incredible set that just doesn't need change. It's great the way it is. So yeah, thank you for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed watching. I'll catch you all in the video very, very soon. I got tons of stuff to come out. One thing to keep your eyes peeled for, I have a Lego convention I'm going to this coming weekend, so expect next week sometime. a nice video on convention builds. So, hey, maybe we'll see some One Piece there now that it's been out for a month. Maybe somebody's done something pretty fast. You never know. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all in another video very soon. Bye.